Hey everyone, I'm Peter Moinero and I am one of the GrooveAsia proteges, and we are kicking off our GrooveKart training again. Once again, we've had a bit about probably about 2 or 3 weeks break due to other things going on with GrooveAsia, but all exciting. It's really cool to be back, and what we have today is we're going to be covering product listings. Now, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of add a bit of the AI stuff which is all the buzz at the moment into what I do when it comes to doing a product listing. So, if Karen, if you can bring up my screen, that'll be great. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see this. Now, this is the dashboard you get into when you log into your Groove account. What I'm going to, as you can see, I am actually using a free account at the moment. I highly recommend that you do upgrade, because there's a lot more features you will get in some of these other areas like Groove pages and all that sort of thing. So, it's a good idea to upgrade. However, let's get on to GrooveKart. You can either get to GrooveKart from here, or you can just hover over the G at the top left and go down to here, and then you'll see it there, GrooveKart. Okay. We then come into this area here where we have our sites, our e-commerce sites. So at the moment, this is the one that we're working on, which is the Mad Dog Styles. I'm just going to go into the admin dashboard. And if you remember, I mean, it was a while ago, if you remember, we had created the product, and the last thing I did was showed you how to push the product to your store. And we ended up with the product in here. If you go to POD and drop shipping, now POD means print on demand. And that generally means is that I have created that product in Printful, which is one of the POD or print on demand partners that we use within Groove. So I'm just going to go here, click on that. And there you see them. There's all the others as well. There's all the other partners that we have in terms of print on demand. Okay, Printful's there. I'm just going to click on Learn More. Now, I don't want to go and learn more there. I'm going to click on the gear icon, because we haven't actually put that product that I did the last time completely into our store. But this is the process that you do to do that. So we go to product search. Now, we're not going to put any name of the product or anything like that. All we're going to do is going to go search, and it'll show us what products are actually waiting to be put into our store. And there you go. So we have 2 products there. Now, this is the one I created the last time and pushed it to the store. I used an image of a little puppy, a sort of a cartoon character of a puppy. I'm not going to use that one today. This is another one that I've done here, which has got my own design on it. So I'm going to add that to my store. All right. So as you can see, it says add product. Generally, I'm just going to try something here. I'm going to go back into products, because a lot of the times the products come with the information from Printful. But okay, that doesn't do it. Let's just go back. Let's see if I can get back to that page that we're at. All right. Okay, so it's looking for all the descriptions. So obviously it didn't go across completely in terms of the information, which is not such a bad thing, because we're going to change that information anyway. I think things have changed with Printful in terms of, like, it used to send over all the information, but I think over time what they've done is they've done it as a paid subscription type thing that you will get. You will get all that description stuff and information automatically transfer over. I'm not on a paid subscription. I'm only on a free one. which is good enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in all this stuff. Now, I am not going to use my own brain for this because it's just going to take too long. Coming up with a short description or full description and all those sorts of things. What I'm going to do is we're going to use, and if you're not too familiar with this by now, you must have been hiding under a rock, because ChatGPT is something that's been out there now for a few months, and it seems to be the craze or the buzz at the moment. And just recently, OpenAI came out with ChatGPT 4. The previous version was ChatGPT 3.5, but now they have ChatGPT 4, which just came out the other day. And as you can see, just on the left-hand side of it, it's more concise, the speed's slightly faster, and the reasoning's really, really good. So we're going to use ChatGPT 4. Now, you can't get ChatGPT 4 on the free version. You have to be a paid member, which means it's about $20 US per month, but it's worth it. And as maybe some of you might know, we do actually have AI coming into Groove and GrooveAsia at some point. But that's another video actually. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to put some information to ChatGPT. Now, I've done some stuff here which Karen's going to put into the resources later. But I've actually already created a prompt that you can use and I'm going to use for this example. So what I've done, I've actually just grabbed the information from Printful of the product description and all that within the Printful environment. I just copied it and pasted, and I did a prompt. So the prompt is, and I'm just going to stick it in there. Yes. Okay. I want a great product description that identifies its features using bullet points. The description needs to be energetic, fun, and persuasive, and at least 2 paragraphs. It also needs to contain great keywords. Oh, spelling mistake there. Great keywords and tags for effective SEO optimization. Now, we know that's important. Using the product information I provide, I want you to create a title, meta description, open graph title, and open graph description. Very important. I do not want you to create a product description that is the same or similar to the one I provide. I want the product description to be unique and original. One more thing, please add with this an international clothing size chart for US, EU, AU, and New Zealand. The chart must look like a chart and do you understand? Now, that's a prompt. I'm just going to make sure that ChatGPT understands. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, we're going to stop generating because what it's done is just gone ahead and is trying to create the product description. Now I'm going to put in there, I have not given you the product information just yet. Please wait. And it's apologizing for the misunderstanding. I love this stuff. Anyway, I'm going to now put in the product information. Now, this is straight from Printful. So all I've done is really just copied and pasted. I've actually manipulated. Well, I've changed the title. I haven't manipulated it, but I've changed the title to that's kind of what I want. But whatever it does to change it and make it even better, great. So that's what I've done. All I've done is is put all that stuff in. Now I'm just going to enter it or send it and see what it comes up with. So it's done my title, it's doing my meta title, it's doing my product description. And the best part is when it does the chart, it actually does a chart that looks like a chart. Hopefully. I did do a test run on this, so it did it back then, so I'm not too sure if it's going to do exactly the same here, but fingers crossed. There you go. So it's actually doing the chart. So now all we do is we copy all this. Probably want to copy from me now. Oh, I'll copy from me. Copy all this if I can. Oh. Oh, come on. Just waiting for it to make me go down. There you go. Copy. And I'm just going to paste it onto a Word document. You probably won't see that. I've just new paste. Okay, well, the chart didn't actually come out looking like that chart that's in there, but never mind, doesn't matter. We can sort that out at some point. So now I've actually got a whole brand new, different description compared to the one that I gave it. And that's made it fun, energetic, and persuasive. And it's different. And the whole purpose of being different is because if you're using the generic description that Printful provide, then guess what? Anybody else who's actually selling that shirt, they're going to be using the same description, and it's kind of like, well, it's you just emulated exactly the same as everybody else. Whereas this is a little bit different, and we want it to be different because it's great for SEO purposes. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our print GrooveKart, and we're going to put that information in there. We had our title, and it did reword it, which I'm just going to leave as it did it. So UK Pride, Staffordshire Bull Terrier T. Okay, and our product description. Now they have a short description and they have a long description. We'll just put the long description in just here. You got to remember, you can't actually right click if you're on a Windows PC. You can't right click the mouse and paste. You actually have to either use, I think it's edit and paste, or use Control C on your keyboard. So Control and C, and Control and V, and that should actually put it all in there. So now we have that. That's the description of the product and the features. We're just going to plug in there too as well. And again, Control V. Right. And there was some other stuff in there that we need to put in there. Okay, so we really actually need to put the international clothing sizes. Now, ideally, you want it to look like a chart. Although ChatGPT did make it look like a chart, when you actually put it into a Word document, it doesn't recognize the columns and the rows. So, which is unfortunate, but we're just going to do this for now, and just leave it like that, just for purposes of we don't have time to try and create a chart-looking type chart. And with tags and things like that, I think. So tags you can put in there as well, which I guess if you can pick some out of here, things like Staffordshire, that could actually be a keyword. It can also be a tag, but we'll just put like T-shirt, things like that. So a T, we'll put T. T-shirt with a space, with a what do you call it, a hyphen, and then shirt. Doesn't actually understand hyphens either. Maybe even t-shirt. Staffordshire. Yeah, we'll just put Staffordshire. So you get the gist. We're just kind of putting some tags in there that kind of related to the t-shirt. It's a t-shirt. It's that's related to the Staffordshire because it's got an image of it and all that sort of thing. What did come across from Printful was the pricing that I already did in there, and the colors, and that's what did come from Printful. Now brand. T-shirts collections is t-shirts brand. I'm not sure why that didn't. I'm sure we actually created a brand. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on my tab up here, and I am going to duplicate this because I don't want to leave this section. I want to leave it as it is. I don't want to go out of it and then come back to it. So I'm just going to duplicate, and this is the great thing about Groove is that you can actually be in one part of Groove, of the Groove platform, and in another part, if you want to, without having to, without it sort of saying you can't be in two places at once, sort of thing. So I've duplicated that, and what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this. Go back to products. I'm going to go to categories. I think it's in categories. No, it's not. Oh, I'm going to go to my products. And I'm going to go manage brands. And I do actually have it there. I have got Printful. Okay. It's just that it's not coming up in here. So I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm just going to add product and see what happens. Oh, short description. I would just put Staffordshire, Bull Terrier, UK t-shirt. That's the short description. I'm just a little bit concerned about this brand. It's not going to let me do it because it looks like that it needs to be done. But anyway, we'll just go add product and see what happens. Nothing kind of happens. Oh, here we go. All right, let's go to products. By the way, if anybody's chatting or trying to chat to me in the chat box, I can't actually see it at the moment. So apologize if I'm not responding to anything you're saying in there. So I'm going to go back to my products. It's a tad slow today. Okay. It looks like it's active. So I'm just going to click on there. Now we actually get into the product itself and the description and all that sort of thing, which is going to be slightly different to what we just saw before. Okay, this is the area that we need to be in because this is where we can put all the other stuff, kind of like the, if you scroll down here, the OG description, the title, the friendly URL, all that sort of thing. So let's just have a look up here and see if there's anything up here that needs to be standard product, category name, t-shirts. Here we can assign the brand, and it's not showing there. So I'm not too sure why it's not showing there, but that's okay. Tags, t-shirt or tees or T, comma. So when you do it, just do the word. It doesn't actually separate, so you can't do a space and then put t-shirt. It actually just is all one word. So there's no sense putting a hyphen or a space in between because it's not going to work. And then comma, and then we'll just put it in there. And I think that's enough for now. We'll just leave it like that. So you can see I'm kind of doing it again. In the first part, we did pretty much the same thing, but we get into the actual product itself, and it sort of kind of wants me to do it again. Now, this is the other thing. Not all the files came over. So I think this is actually going to be a, if you're on a paid subscription, you're going to get the benefit of all the files coming over without you putting it in yourself. So things have changed with Printful. I think they've made this a paid subscription type feature. Otherwise, the only other way to do it is I've got to go into Printful, download all the different images that it created for me, and then upload them into here, which is time consuming, but it's okay. I mean, you know, we'll just do that. There you have the main SKU variants. Well, and again, actually, I don't think it's fully completed yet. I don't think Printful has fully completed the whole transfer of all the data. So maybe I've just got in here a little bit too soon, but never mind. It will probably generate all the other different sizes as we speak. I'm going to go down to here, the SEO part, because this is quite important. And what I'm going to do is, okay, so the meta description, this is what it's done. It's actually picked out from the description that's in the product description up above, and it's put it in there. Now, let me just have a look. As you can see, it's stopped because you can only put you can only put so much in there. I think it couldn't put 244 words out of 250. I'm kind of not going to go with, what did I have? Let's have a look. I'm kind of not going to go with that description there. I'm going to go with the one that ChatGPT provided. And I'm going to stick that in here. So I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to take that out, and I'm just going to put that in there. And yep. So that's everything that it gave me as a meta description. The meta title, I think is kind of the same. Let's have a look. No, not quite the same. So what I'm going to do with the meta title, I am going to, now this is all to do with SEO. Show your love for staffies in the UK with our Patriot t-shirt. And then we also have an open graph title. Put that in there. And an open graph description. Now, this is basically what you would see, I guess, if you were doing a Facebook ad and all that sort of thing. You would see the title, you would see that, and the OG image. Now, I don't know if any of you who are watching has done the This Month's Challenge just recently, but Nicholas went over what size you should use for the OG. And let me just actually have a look, see if there's anything in the chat, if anybody knows what the size is. Anybody know? I can't see chat. Oh, can't see any chat anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's 180 by 180 is pretty much what he said. So it basically is an image of the t-shirt. So what I'm going to do, I think I may have that image somewhere. GrooveAsia. Sorry guys, just trying to find things is a bit of a difficult thing. Okay. All right. Okay. So I need a image of the shirt that I did. And at this point, it's a little bit hard to find one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use an image that's related in the sense that it's of a dog. And because I just seen one here. Now I can't find it. Everything like this, it all happens when you're live. You can never, okay, that's not a Steffi. Oh, I know where it is. There we go. Okay, let me have a look. Oh, yes, found one. Not quite the 180 by 180 size. I'm not going to resize it. I'm just going to upload it. That's close enough. But I'm going to put it in there. So I'm uploading the image. And there it is. That's the image of a guy wearing the actual shirt. All the stuff here, you don't have to worry about buy button form or checkout form. This is if you're using a third party. You're not going to be using a third party in this sense in terms of buttons and checkout form. You're going to be using the one that's actually already in GrooveKart. I'm just going to go through all this related products. Yeah. You put related products in there. If you had related products, you just did a search for it and it'll come up, and then you can just click on it and it will add it as a related product. When someone goes on the site, they can see, oh, they've got the same design on a cup or same design on a blanket. That's all that is. Product, we've basically just got the one layout anyway. We've done the variants. Just going to check that again. So not everything's come over. Not all the variants have come over, but that's something that maybe I just was too quick to jump in and didn't wait for it to fully load, but never mind. You can put a video in there if you want to. I quite highly recommend that you do put a video of someone maybe wearing a shirt and stuff like that, because videos convert, especially on a website. So yeah, when I mean convert, basically when someone's looked on your website and they're looking through and they see a video of someone wearing it and things like that, it's, you know, it boosts your chances of them actually buying from you. So everything looks fine. Play around with it, you know, follow what I've just done if you can. We're going to put that prompt into the resources, so not quite yet, but we will do it maybe just after this this session. Other than that, I think we're good to go. We'll just save. I'm going to copy and paste this just in case. Control C to copy. And just going to exit because I'm going to refresh, sorry. When you get something like that where it's an error, oh yeah, see, you can see some of the images coming in now. It's got all that. It's saved that. It's not a brand. It's loading. Oh, okay. So product is loaded. Now we've got all the variants there, as you can see. There's all the variants. Okay. So now it's got all that. I don't know why I keep coming up with that error, but close out of that. Hopefully it's saved all the other stuff that I did as well. Yes, it has. It hasn't done that. So really, at the end of the day, if you come across that error, what I normally do is I actually make sure that I copy and paste all this, especially if I've maybe changed change things around while it's been in there, I just copy and paste all that, and then I just refresh the page. And if it's actually lost all the things that I saved, like see, I actually had that up there, then you can just copy and paste it back in, and then just check all the other stuff too as well. These are just sort of like workarounds if something like that should happen. I need to put the OG title back in the description, and obviously the image again, but you got the gist of what I was doing before, so you can sort of copy and paste all that back in. Now, it's not something that you want to try and put as many products in as possible, so that you can, people have a lot of choices. This is, if you do it maybe 1 or 2 products a day, you'll be surprised how many products that you accumulate before the month's up. And it's the best way to do it, because you want to take care in what you're doing in here to make sure that everything is correct and all that sort of thing. So it is a little bit time consuming, but that's why I say one or 2 products a day. Give yourself an hour, 2 hours if you like, but there's no need to rush and try and put as many as you can in one day. You will definitely make some mistakes, and you will probably leave something out if you try and do that. It actually doesn't benefit you trying to get as many as you can. And so, yeah, if you keep that in mind, and but get in there and play around with this. Hopefully this has been useful. Hey, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.